Welcome back to another episode of Can Blue, a hockey podcast covering the New York Rangers and the Montreal Canadiens. I'm your host, Ben.
I'm Brendan, covering the Habs.
Yes, I'm obviously the Rangers. And this is episode 2 of season 2. I would say not much really has happened in the last week. It's still preseason. We're coming up on maybe a week and a half until opening night.
I'm still watching preseason games like it's regular season.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course. I mean, that's because you're a true fan. And that's why we went to the Rangers preseason game.
Yeah. We went to the Rangers Bruins at the Garden. It's pretty nice to...
Thankfully, we only really saw the good parts of the game.
Yeah.
We all had to catch a train back, missed the third. That's the beauty of going to a preseason game. It's like $40, and if it starts getting late and whatever, you can kind of doesn't really matter. And this is the mindset.
It was full though.
It was full. It was almost a sold out crowd. It looked like a very good attendance. But I think that's the beauty of and the mindset you should have going to these preseason games. It's really good to see maybe who your prospects are and who's gonna try to take the jump and make the team, but you can't get into the weeds of the results too much. And I'm saying this coming from the Rangers, who I think are 1-2, so it's easier for me when we're losing to say results don't matter. If we went 4-0 or 6-0 or whatever in the preseason, I might be like, oh, we're never losing again. But no, in all reality, it's just to see how these guys play against other. The problem is they're all kind of playing AHL players. There's some NHL staples mixed in there, but I mean, you've seen it in the Habs games too, right? Like they're kind of playing the AHL Toronto team, or they're putting out the Laval.
But there's some
Laval
guys
team.
Expected to be NHL level for sure, and try to make the team.
I think, yeah.
We have a lot of them. I mean, it's a good problem, but also a bad, because I genuinely do feel bad if someone that should make an NHL roster gets cut. We just have a backlog of a lot of good players, a lot of good young players.
Honestly, maybe we're coming from a place of similarity here. I feel like there's plenty, at least there's enough players in the AHL system as a whole that are good, skilled enough to play in the NHL, and that's why I think the league is really looking to expand, because even though it might dilute the skill a little bit, since we've had the last 2 expansion teams, I feel like the skill and the goals have gone up, and the
more players on the ice
has gone up. But I guess there's this idea that if you keep expanding, the talent pool is going to just dilute and get a little worse. But I do think, for you just said there's only a couple spots on the team, and you have probably 4 to 5 guys that realistically could be there, but they're not going to be able to, so they're going to get sent back down to the AHL. I think it's the same thing with the Rangers. There's really kind of one spot open, and the only way that another spot would be available is if the third line center, Juuso Parssinen, we've talked about this a little bit, gets kind of jumped by Noah Laba. And Laba's had a great camp, great preseason. He's making it hard on them, but I think when it comes down to it, they signed Parssinen for 2 years at $1 million. They would have to pass him through waivers. He could get picked up.
Would he not be the 13th forward though?
But you have other guys to fill that role. You basically, it's all.
Dude,
it's
I don't know.
who
I
fits
just
the
rather
role.
put him than Rempe, to be honest. Rempe.
I know, but they like Rempe. I don't. They really like him. He's massive, and they just like the style that he brings. And I think, I don't know if they're big braining it or what they're doing, but I think they're really trying to find the right role for each player. They're not just going to be let's just take our top 13. They're going to be all right, we have our top 6 kind of set. Now, what role does each player fit into? So Othman, for example, we were kind of thinking he'd be a middle 6 forward, and now Perreault's coming in, and he's projected to be a top 6 forward. So what do we need more right now? Realistically, we need a middle 6 forward. I don't think that necessarily means if Perreault keeps scoring and playing
he's making
well,
it based on what.
Dude, I don't know. This is what I'm saying. No, but
he's had a great preseason.
He has, but so has Laba, so has Berard, so has guys who are under contract, or we would have to cut altogether.
You know why I say
Those guys,
Perreault? Because he's a big name guy.
He is,
at this
but
point.
this is the thing. you can pass the Laba, the Perot, the Othmans back down to the AHL because they're on their ELC without any issue. So you can always call them up. But some of these other guys, like let's say Connor Sheary, for example, he's trying out right now. No, he's had a good preseason, and like it's like an NHLer that is consistent and has performed, and I think has won a cup under Sullivan as well. So it's like let's say he takes that spot, you can either give him the spot, give him $1 million contract, or you cut him and you totally lose him, as opposed to those other guys. Like, you can just push them down to the AHL. They're still in your system. You still hold on to them. If an injury happens, called right up.
You know why I say to bring up the young guys? Because I think you guys are in a retooling process, and you want to use the current leadership and the current skill set you have to help guide the young to become their full NHL potential. And I mean, that's where I see Perot and Labo as the highest potential right now on the
let me ask you this,
Rangers.
though. Would you want to play your top young AHL guys right out of the gate, or would you want to put them in the AHL, let them be those?
Was Perot not there for a year?
Not a full year. He joined.
Oh, right,
after,
yeah, he joined at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could, yeah.
Because it's just like, if the top 6 isn't open yet, and you anticipate them going into that role, are you really going to make them play a role that's different than what they're used to and what you're going to expect of them? It might be a little, I don't know, from a coach's standpoint, it's an interesting thing to like kind of chew on, but there is something to say about getting the players some seasoning in the AHL, top line guys.
Not if you're Caulfield or Hudson. They made
they
the jump.
needed it. They need like the
Habs,
I
mean, there were a lot of
needed,
holes.
Yeah, there's no holes right now. You're not gonna realistically. Are you gonna jump Lafreniere, Cooley, Zibanejad, or Panarin? Like, I don't think so. Those are your top wingers.
Yeah.
So, I think there's more that we can talk about a little bit on the New York Rangers side, because Sullivan has said some things that are is really promising for the Rangers. Like, I kind of totally agree with everything he's been saying, which it's been a while since I've had that from a coach. Some of the lines I think are coming together. There's still an opening spot or two, like we were saying, but we can go over that. And then, preseason game results we kind of just covered. But let's maybe start before that. Around the league, there has been some things going on just around the NHL. The biggest one I'll start with first, Barkov.
Yeah.
That's
just in a practice. I think he stopped.
He
was
down,
barely hit.
Yeah.
He
it was
kind
an
of
awkward fall.
Yeah, I guess he was trying to stop while the other guy was trying to come in, and through that stoppage, he tore his ACL.
He went down, tore his ACL, out for the season. I'm sure. Okay, first of all, that sucks.
That sucks. I like Barkov, even though I don't like Florida.
Yeah, I hate Florida.
Barkov
but
is
awesome. You gotta love Barkov. He's like Selke candidate every year. He's nasty. He's leads his team to a cup twice in a row. So that sucks. There's something I feel like he's just gonna come back for the playoffs. Does that timeline work out, or is he literally done until next year?
It said 7 to 9 months.
Okay. So what's 7 months from now?
I don't know. I guess it depends on how bad the tear was.
April?
But like if you tear an ACL...
Dude, he could come back in April and literally...
Yeah, he could. But they don't have the cap thing.
That's true.
So
thankfully.
They don't... Thankfully, they can't exploit that for both Barkov and Tkachuk.
I'm sure they'd find some loophole around it, but yeah. So he's out. Tkachuk is out till January.
He could come back, but I don't expect, like how do you come back ACL, and then the first game you play is just playoff hockey? That's hard for anyone.
It's true, but I mean, Barkov's is one of the best centers, if not the best center in the league.
His rehab has to go really well.
Not the best. Top 5 though.
His rehab has to definitely go really well. If it does, then
but dude,
he'll come back.
Ovechkin broke his leg last year and he was back in 2 months.
Honestly, they could pump him up with some drugs and some healing stuff.
I think what I take away from that is, like, the East is even more open now. Like, I thought the Metro was wide open and the Atlantic would be a little tougher, but overall still weak, and the West was a total hellfire storm. Now the East is even more open with Florida.
Montreal has an even greater chance to make the playoffs now.
The thing
Again.
so I was gonna pump the tires on the Canadians again, but you kind of
It's open.
You keep telling me that they're the youngest team in the league, and that just makes me hesitate a little bit.
I know.
I'm like, I don't want to go
I know.
full bore. Canadians could totally just take over the Atlantic because
It all
they are
depends
the
on
youngest.
injuries too. And
Yeah.
speaking of injuries,
Well, yeah.
we've had a couple,
already.
several already.
Yeah. Wait. Let's
Yeah.
stay on the NHL.
We'll stay on
We'll
this
get into
topic.
it.
Yeah.
But I think East is wide open. I think now you could. Florida will
I'm just trying to
probably
think,
still
like,
be there,
so, like,
but
Ottawa, they haven't really made any more changes.
I don't think Ottawa's gotten better, except maybe what Brady will be. Was Brady hurt last year?
Yeah, I think he was hurt for a bit.
So maybe he's there the whole time.
Yeah.
They made that trade with Norris and
Tampa will be Tampa until they get rid of Kucherov somehow.
the Leafs don't have Marner, but can they
We
score
beat them
that
last
much?
night, though.
Yeah.
With almost a full roster. They almost had the full roster this
Well,
time. I don't know. I mean, Florida's still going to be at the top, but not number one in our division. It's going to be Tampa probably for a number one.
And they signed so many of the guys too. They got Ekblad, Bennett, Marchand, Verhaeghe back. Like they always have someone.
Yeah,
come
but
out
you're
and
missing
score.
Barkov and Kachuk halfway through the year.
Yeah, but they're just gonna. I just feel like they're gonna figure out a way to just stay relevant, stay on that like second or third spot in the Atlantic.
Yeah, they're not going to be number one though.
I don't think so. I think that time is done. But it's just like if they get to the playoffs, anything can happen. They are.
I know
the
Leafs
playoff
fans
built
are like
team.
finally like we could be number one.
Yeah, again though, weren't they number one last year?
Were they?
I think so.
I thought it was Florida.
No, I think.
Oh yeah,
no,
because
they
Florida.
were.
Yeah. Okay, well,
We'll see.
it was not relevant for them because they get eliminated pretty easily. So
Leafs. Speaking of the Leafs, James Reimer is back.
oh yeah.
He
He's
was-
37 years old.
Yeah, I texted some of my Leaf fan friends like, guys, what are we doing here? Unfortunately, it's because I think Joseph Wall took
Joseph
a
Wall
step away.
took a leave, yeah.
So hopefully all good for him, just in a personal manner. But I think Reimer coming in is a pretty crazy
That's a
Leafs
throwback.
scenario. I don't know why. There's no one,
He,
no other goalie that they could
no.
pull in.
No. I mean, Reimer ruined that series with
Yeah, dude. Oh my
the
God.
Bruins
Yeah,
back in like
yeah.
2012 or
is-
something.
That is PTSD.
Yeah,
that's
I don't know. I mean, it'd be a good backup to Stolarz.
Yeah, which I also think they're closing in on an extension with Stolarz. He was their number one, right? He was solid.
injured a little out last
Yeah.
year, but he's good.
He was
solid.
very solid.
He's
I would
solid.
say for as far as the Canadian teams go, Hellebuck number one for goalie, but after that, Stolarz.
And Montembeau for
I
number
think
two.
Stolarz.
Okay, no, let's
Would you
evaluate
be,
real
okay,
quick.
would you be
The
more?
Canadian teams, they don't have. There's Stolarz number two.
Think
you're
about
saying?
it. Would you rather have Stolarz or Monty?
Okay, so then Stolarz and then Monty for number three.
Well, yeah. And
Because
then-
what is Skinner for?
No,
Like,
yeah,
no,
that's what
no
I'm saying.
way.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
Ottawa. Who
Picard,
does even Ottawa have?
Allmark.
Oh, okay. Well, he's bad now, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. And then I guess Dustin Wolf,
Oh,
but
Yeah, that could be
unproven.
number
I would
three.
still probably right now.
yo, his record was pretty good. He was
Stolarz.
29-16 last year on a
Yeah.
crappy Calgary team.
It's just I feel like it's weird because I feel like all but the Winnipeg Jets have an elite goalie, and then,
Yeah, I would
and
agree
then
with
the
that.
Jets,
I would agree with
and
that.
then the Jets just end up crap in the
The
bed.
Jets suck. You know
every
what?
time.
I cheer for the Jets during the playoffs because I want them to get past the first round.
Yeah, well, it's the same like with me and the Minnesota Wild. I cheer for them, and they can't do it either.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, I would say the obscure Canadian team I cheer for is Winnipeg. And I actually would say the same for the Wild. Like,
Well,
the
they're-
team out west,
Yeah,
I was just like, oh, yeah, I want the Wild to do well.
yeah.
But those two teams, they seem to miss the playoffs. But yeah, Hellebuck is the only legitimate elite goaltender in
Yeah,
Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's
Right.
ironically American. Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be the Olympic starter, I would think.
And and Barkov and Kachuk are not going to be in Olympics probably, right?
So Kachuk, it'll be January, so maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But Barkov for sure is missing it, which is that also sucks. You gotta feel for the player.
Yeah,
there.
that's a big loss for that team.
For Finland.
Yeah.
Poor guy. All right, so
Guess Line has to carry.
and Kako, my boy. All right, couple more NHL news stuff. So Luke Hughes is still not signed, which I think is hilarious. If they somehow don't, I don't know what's going to happen there. It seems like
Is he an RFA?
I don't follow the Devils that closely, but
Why are they not signing?
I think just contract dispute. Like
he wants more than they actually.
They want less.
I give him
I've
a bridge.
always thought he's overrated. So
for a player like him, I give him a bridge.
Yeah.
Like 3 years, 5-6 million. You prove yourself within those 3 years.
I would give him like $4 million.
He's not.
Is he their top 4? And can you trust
pretty sure.
him? I don't know.
He puts up points. I'm not a fan of
him.
Luke Hughes. I like the
I'm
other
a fan
Hughes.
of Quinn.
I like
Yeah.
I like Quinn a lot.
Yeah.
Who I think he loves being in Vancouver, by the way.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Vancouver and the Canadian teams.
Oh yeah,
Forgot about that.
Their goalie. Well,
they had Demko for a while, and now who? Casey DeSmith, and then who else?
Is Demko coming back? He was injured last year.
He was injured. Yeah, he had a great.
Demko's good. I guess.
He had a great run, and then he just went downhill.
Well, that team was in shambles, and that's why they got rid of JT.
That's why JT's the captain now.
So it was Pedersen?
No.
The issue?
I think it was just button heads a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Another contract actually resolved. Mason McTavish.
Yeah, 6 years, $7 million.
Yeah, 6-7.
I mean,
6-7.
Yeah, we weren't. Montreal was big on McTavish. Like there was a lot of rumors if we were to just get him. I don't think we were willing to spend $7 million.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I'm saying after seeing Lane again last night against Toronto, I'm like, just sign this guy $12 million. Just lock him down because
Yeah.
he is a Montreal Canadian, and I want him to be a Montreal Canadian for a long time. And he changes the dynamic of the team so.
All right, I want you to go in on that.
I know. It's just yeah. I mean, congrats to Mason. I mean, Anaheim.
What I'm looking up right now,
Pretty
because
good.
we're on the Anaheim thing. Can you name their 3 goalies on their roster?
Who is that guy? Who was there for years? I don't know.
So Gibson is on Detroit now.
Yeah, Gibson moved. Okay.
Which hopefully that's great for him. And Detroit, sorry for the Atlantic Division, but I feel like that might help them.
No.
All right, Lucas Dostal.
Okay, I know
Dostal,
Dostal.
whatever.
Dostal, yeah.
Billy Husso.
Okay.
And Peter Mrazek.
Yeah, it's
Who's the starter there?
Dostal.
Is that true?
He's been there the longest out of those.
Right, but isn't Mrazek more of like a...
He's a good backup at this point. He's older now.
Because what I was thinking through is are the Ducks a lot better? Are they going to be competitive?
Well, it depends on Leo Carlson stepping up. They got a good defenseman. I forgot his name, but he put up points last year, low key.
So let me just read off some of the names, some of the core guys.
Football.
Cutter Gauthier obviously came over. That's a young guy. Leo Carlson, young guy. But they have Michael Granlund. They have Ross Johnston, Alex Killorn, Chris Kreider. McTavish just signed. Let's look at...
they got way worse because they got Kreider.
Yeah. Ryan Strome, Troy Terry, Frank Vetrano. That's kind of weak. Now that I'm reading it.
Yeah.
I don't know. And
I'm not big on Troy Terry.
The defense, it's Gudis, Trouba, Pavel Minchikov. Is that who you're talking about? Minchikov?
Keep going.
Jackson Lacombe, Drew Hellison.
I think it's Lacombe.
Olin Zellweger. Yeah, actually, no, they're going to be bad.
I think Lacombe put up points, and he's
poor
a young
Kreider.
defenseman. Yeah, Anaheim, that's a team where I'm like, yeah, we should win against them. For sure.
Cool. I think just breaking news, I think what we just heard upstairs was your brother yelling, I think Dart just scored a touchdown.
Oh, really?
Jackson Dart for the Giants.
Nice.
Crazy. We gotta speed this up so we can go watch this. Yeah. All right. So, we covered that. Last thing, you were right on the Marc-Andre Fleury thing. He played in a preseason game last night. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Good
I
on
don't
him.
know,
I always liked the Flower. never really had
I just
problems
think
with
the
him.
fact that they signed him and let him play again, like, that is a way to get fans in seats. I know we talked about this a little bit. Like, would you want? Because what if you have a goalie battle, and you don't? I mean, maybe they don't, and that's why it's so clear.
He said, like, you better watch out. I'll take your
yeah.
spot.
I mean,
He
and
said that to the
also,
rookie goalies.
I also saw one of the I forget which reporter said this, but he said, "Mark my words, come January, there are going to be teams like lighting up Fleury's phone saying, please come play for us."
I mean, like,
He's able to.
We
It's
just spoke about goalies.
Yeah.
Like, Anaheim would have been one of those teams maybe calling
Yeah.
him up, you know?
Yeah.
And
It's just like, where does he want to go? He probably.
what's crazy is that I consider him and, like, you know, Crosby and Ovechkin as, like, the last of the really
Kopitar?
old generation, like Kopitar as the old generation.
I'm trying to think.
Like
Perry.
yeah, Perry. Yeah, he's
Perry's
still
there.
playing.
Perry's
Yeah,
there.
Perry's definitely there. And then once these guys are gone, it's just like, okay, like it's like
It's
the
Matthews
McDavid,
and
Matthews,
and Eichel.
Eichel generation. So like it's good to see him be sent off, and I don't know, like
You know what'd be crazy? All right, here, let me spin this
Yeah.
yarn really quick. Crosby goes to Montreal. There's a goalie issue. Someone's hurt. They bring in Fleury.
dude, I don't know. I think we might have ruined him during that Golden Knights run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when he let in that
Yes,
goal
he was-
and
mishandled
Anderson,
it.
yeah,
Yes, I
and
remember
Anderson
that.
buries
We were
it.
here watching.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were. Yeah, I don't know. Do I feel confident with Fleury over Dobish? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
It'd be
yeah.
pretty fun. Like, and that's his hometown team too. He's
Yeah, it
Marc
is.
Andre. Yeah.
It is. That would
Okay.
be sick.
All right, that's all for the NHL around the league, and
We could talk about the preseason.
yeah, I'm just gonna go into the Rangers a little bit. We got a little bit into it before, but the Rangers. So, a lot has been coming out about just the different press conferences that Mike Sullivan has been having, and everything that comes out of that guy's mouth, I'm so in on, like so in on, and it's getting me more and more hyped. Which, thankfully, I needed that after last year. But he's basically saying things like, he's talking about managing players' time on the ice, saying how if we use the same personnel in the same situations and like overload them throughout the year, that's 22 plus minutes a night. And if they play 80 games, let's say, that's a lot of hockey and they're going to be
Yeah.
burnt out. So utilizing guys who can do similar things in the same role so that you can kind of give them that breather, so maybe they're down to 18 minutes a night instead of 23, 24, 25, is huge. So how I read into that is Adam Fox, no need for him to be on the penalty kill. Like there's no point. And he did that a little bit. I'm not sure if it was last year, but in years prior, he's your point producer guy. Like, yeah, if you have injuries and he has to fill in, fine. But there's no, like, that's just added minutes that his legs don't need. And we've seen him kind of crash and burn at the end of the year because he's been tired. of
PK
it.
is killer, like
Yeah.
like for players.
But one of the bigger things is he said things about wanting to cycle Lafreniere in on power play 1 to unlock him a little bit and give him that confidence, because he can and is that type of player that should be getting, and on really any other team, the first overall pick would have probably, of Lafreniere's standing, right, like consensus number 1 overall, would have come into a team that had holes similar to what you were saying about the Habs, and just been on top line automatically,
Yeah.
been on the power play 1, automatically had those types of chances. And it sounds like he wants to rotate him in, so like every couple games, or I guess I don't know how he's actually going to do it, because I think there are 5 to 7 players that you could really just staple on the Rangers' top power play unit. And so it's probably going to, what it looks like from practice, he's kind of cycling in and out with Trocheck. So Trocheck will be the bumper sometimes, or Lafreniere will be the bumper sometimes. But I think that's, even if he gets 50% of the power play 1 unit times this year, that's like almost exponentially more than what he was getting last year. And it might just help him build his stats and his confidence throughout the year. And I love that. And if you're going to kind of cycle around, like keep the core power play unit the same, but like give some of these younger kids that experience and opportunity, I think it's really, really good to hear. He said some other things like Will Cooley is a top 6 player on our team right now, top 6 forward. I think I said that last week. So
he's bound to have a breakout year.
he's
Or
also just
predicted to have a
going to be
breakout
given
year.
that opportunity. So Cooley's going to be stapled on the top 6 until he's potentially beaten out by Perreault, I think, which I'd be fine with because Cooley at the top 6 for now works. He had a great year last year, but if he's in our third line, that is an even stronger third line, I think.
Yeah.
He said things like he doesn't think Perreault needs to play top 6 minutes to be on this team. So that's kind of going into the role conversation I was having. I think the idea is eventually Perreault will be in your top 6, but it's just stating clearly from Mike Sullivan's mouth that Perreault can be on this team and play on the third line. I don't know how much I like that. I think there is something to say about going to get some seasoning in the AHL.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Othman fills that role better on the third line because he's a little bit grittier. He already got ejected from one of the games because he was like, maybe that was a stupid hit, but like he's willing to get into the dirty areas. And I remember when we were at the game at MSG, he was going to the bench and some Boston player like got close to him or got in his way, and he literally just like
Decked him.
like totally shoved him out of the way to the ground, and like no penalty, but some of that grit is what we need, and I think JT Miller will kind of drive the team that way, and if that's what puts Othman over the edge to making the team, like I'm all for it. I don't think Perreault has that as much in his game, but like if Othman can have that type of little bit of rattiness, I don't want him to injure players. Like when Rempe would do that last year, just like the flying elbow.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
need
'cause
any of
he's
that. I don't
like
need it. That's so dumb. Like,
Not only is he an
I don't wanna
unskilled
watch
forward,
that.
he's just
Yeah.
unskilled in hitting.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking, and that's what Sullivan has been saying, which it's making me confident for the year. And so now, just looking at what was tweeted a couple minutes ago, there's the practice lines from today, and I think this is a pretty good indication of where we stand. It's Cooley, JT Miller, Zibanejad. I think that's what we've been talking about as the top line. Second line is, like we've said, Panarin, Trocheck, Lafreniere. And then your next two is where I think there will be some mixing, but it's interesting. So the third line listed, Othman with Parsonen and Radish. Taylor Radish was signed in the offseason to come in, and pretty much the idea was to be stapled on that third line. Similar to Parsonen, stapled as a third line center. Othman, though, being there, not Perreault or not, Brodzinski or Laba. That's an interesting choice. Just to see, like, hey, maybe this is more of a fit than one of our higher skilled but younger guys. I think if it continues that way, I mean, that's going to take a spot from Berard, who I thought played well, Sheary, who I thought has had a good preseason, and the guy we saw, Trey Fix-Volansky, which awesome name.
Trey Fix-Volansky.
I think he's an AHL stud. He's like 5'6", which I always love the small guys. He scored a goal in our game, but
yeah,
I mean,
him
if
and
he made
Berard
the
played
team,
well.
it'd be sweet. Yeah, and Berard too. I think Berard played last year, and he was
He'll
one of
make
the
the
only
team, yeah.
guys. I mean, you say that, but there's only one spot. I don't think that's like as much of a shoe-in. But
man.
so that's the
You guys have a...
I know there's a lot of prospects that could make it. So Othman, Parson, and Radish listed as a line together.
Maybe you guys shouldn't have gone Parson
I don't know.
or signed him.
I mean, it's like you're never gonna complain about having too much center depth.
Yeah, that's true.
But like I don't believe in the Parsonen experiment yet. We'll see.
I mean, he didn't really stand out to me in that game.
No, not at all. And then the fourth line, which I think I really want Noah Laba to like take over that third line center spot, but he might just need like half a season in the AHL. The fourth line here, Perreault with Laba and Brodzinski. So something about that to me screams.
So Rempe is the additional forward.
Well, so they listed. It's just practice lines. They listed
Okay.
like 5 or 6 lines here. But I'm just saying like the top 2 seem to be locked. The third one seems like that's where we're going to go. And then this fourth one, it kind of seems like that's the top AHL line. Like that's going to be your lead. Because Brodzinski was captain of the AHL team last year, 2 years ago. He did sign with us like one way, so we're paying him either way. But if you look at like Noah Laba is going to be your top line center in the AHL most likely. Perreault, if you want to give him that top line experience, it would make sense to put him there and then have someone like a Brodzinski or another kind of high-skilled forward there. It just, to me, seems like it's trending like they're going to go to the AHL for a little bit. And since you can move them freely, maybe that
Yeah,
makes sense. And,
yeah, I
and he
mean,
said
it
they're
makes sense.
okay with, like, Sullivan also mentioned he's okay with doing that and giving him that experience. So we'll see.
Yeah,
It's not a death sentence or like, oh, you're blocked now, but it's, and I also think the minute a center gets hurt,
yeah,
which it's going to happen,
coming,
it just
yeah.
happens. Laba's up. If a winger gets hurt, Perot's up. Or, hey, we lost a couple games, didn't think Parson had a great game. All right,
Make a
Laba's up,
switch, yeah.
Parson's healthy scratch. Something like that. And then the last line, I think it's Carrick, Edstrom, Rempe. That's probably your fourth line.
I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of.
I get it, but
I view
big
like
boys,
I view him
they
as like
played okay last
Pizzetta,
year.
where it's just like he's just an extra body, and yeah, occasionally fights
Yeah.
and
Yep.
hits hard, but like other than that, I would rather have someone else.
Yeah.
there.
The last thing I would say, and it's a little bit of a bummer so far, Scott Morrow, he scored a couple or had a couple assists, but
What
I don't
about
think
his
he's
D game?
quite ready yet. It just doesn't seem like he's that ready. So
It takes time for defensemen to get ready.
they have 6 NHL defensemen like locked in already. I think hopefully he'll be the first call up, similar to how like Perot or Lava will be. But I think from what I can tell, he's going to just go down to the AHL. We'll see.
Yeah.
A week, a lot could happen in a week, but that's kind of where the team stands. I'd be okay with having Perot spend a little bit of time in the AHL to start. But that said, every game I watch, he scores a goal, and you're like, oh yeah, that's an NHL release.
Again. Yeah, they make these kids. I like it. They make a good case for themselves.
He's also, I feel like these kids when they come in and they're the top prospects, the first year, even year and a half, they still look like, oh, that's like a college kid. And then after that, like full year working out, full off season working out, they come back, they're like 10, 15 pounds heavier. They're like, yeah, you're like, okay, wow, that's now an NHLer. So maybe you just need some of that also.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Cool. All right, that's Rangers. Let's cover the Habs and let's get out of here and watch Jackson Dart light up the Chargers.
Habs, I mean, our preseason has been pretty solid aside for one game. I mean, big standouts right now. It's going to be tough. I mean, I think I mentioned it last week, but Owen Beck, Florian Jacki, Oliver Kapanen, David Reinbacher, but he got injured from blocking a shot, out 4 weeks.
He can't catch a break. It sucks.
Yeah, thankfully, I mean, it's just the hand, but, like, I've seen people complain about, like, Gallagher's hand was never the same after he broke it. So, I mean, we'll see. He's going to take a while to develop, and he's going to spend another year in the AHL probably.
How old is he?
It's like 21, 20.
Okay, he's still pretty young.
He's still very young.
And he's a defenseman.
Defenseman, right-handed
similar to
defenseman.
Scott Morrow, like it takes, unless you're Lane Hudson or like Cale Makar out of box,
Yeah.
it takes, I think goalies it takes the longest, defenseman it takes the second longest. Forwards, if you have that elite shot or speed, like for the most part, you can make that jump. But yeah.
And and like the more I think about Hudson, the more I think like, wow, this kid is definitely an anomaly.
Crazy,
like,
dude.
It takes forever for our prospects to develop, and to see him just like do what he did the first year and continue to do that in the preseason. When he's not in the lineup, for example, our team just looks completely different. We got blown out of the water from the C team from Toronto, 7-2. That line with Demidov, Line and Doc, not feeling that line. That is not a good line. It should be Baldock, Nui, and Demidov.
Really?
And that might be our second.
Line Doc bumped down?
Yeah.
Really?
Or Doc slots in with
New hook.
with
You're just gonna put Line on the third line though?
Yeah, they were not good defensively.
like
So Demidov is like, he's a solid player, obviously, but there's still some adjusting to do for his defensive game. So he's probably going to learn that a lot this year, especially under Marty's system, where it's like it's a lot of responsibility for you to take it upon yourself to like get your guy. So there's a lot of learning there for Demidov. He's just amazing as always, though, with his passing and his movement for the games he's played. And for the rookies that, again, it's hard to say at this point because they've each made a case for themselves. Kapanen has been just solid all around, playing great defensive game. Beck has some good flashes. Buried one. Could have buried a couple yesterday against the 4-2 win Toronto. And Florian Xhekaj got a goal, fought Nick Delorier, even though
That was a good story.
Even
with
though
the mom.
yeah, mom was there. Nick Delorier. They didn't know, by the way. The Jack guys didn't know that their mom was attending the game.
I think I heard the full story was, I think her name's Simona.
Yeah.
She was working at Costco or something, and she wasn't going to be able to go, but her manager said, like, no, I mean, you never know how many times you'll get to see both your sons play in the same game of an NHL game, so take the day off, go. She went in, met them at a hotel right before, so, like, was, like, surprised them there.
Okay.
So they knew
so
she
they
was
knew in
there.
the game,
Yeah,
okay.
Because otherwise, like, you're not going to pick your mom out. I mean, for the most
true.
part of it. But, yeah, no, it was still a
She
surprise.
cried after Florian scored.
Oh, yeah.
And also Xhekaj, Arbor scored the empty netter later that
Both
game.
scored. Florian got in a fight. Did Florian get the Gordie Howe hat trick, or was
Yeah,
it?
he did.
He got an assist also?
Yeah, he got an assist.
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
So, like,
Just for mom.
the
That's
thing,
good.
I don't
Good
know
vibes.
who to pick. I don't know who to pick for that last spot. Because I think Veleno's been playing really well. He's gonna probably be the third line. Or I don't know.
Wait, he's a winger?
No, he's a center. So like we got Suze, we got Doc.
New hook.
We got. I mean, I guess it's New Hook for center, but
You can play wing too.
I think Veleno's gonna slot in there, and we got Evans. Unless I'm missing a center, I think that's what we got, and. Yeah, so like Veleno is gonna make the team probably at this point, and then we don't really have much else for that extra last guy because our fourth line is Gallagher, Anderson, Evans, Laine, Veleno, whoever, and then unless I'm missing someone, I don't know.
So your top line's set.
Yeah, top line is set.
Let's just say it's Caulfield, Suzuki, Doc. I'm sorry, Caulfield, Suzuki, Uri.
Slap.
Yeah.
And then we got
Second
Balduc,
line, you want
Balduc,
Demidov, insert
Doc.
center here.
Doc. It's
Doc.
probably gonna be Doc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Third line's going to be Laine,
Nui,
Hook, Veleno.
Veleno. Yeah.
Do you like that?
I mean, he's playing really well, but that means like the new person is probably going to be scratched a lot, whoever that 13th forward is. So they won't get much playing time unless like Veleno or someone on the fourth or anyone gets injured. And I think we're running 7D.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're going to take that into season?
Yeah, because Arbor is going to be our seventh. It's either Arbor or Struble for our seventh. So I don't know who the 13th forward is going to be. Because wait, like how much? What's the limit? I forget. I don't. What's the limit?
Isn't it 20 and then 2 goalies? I think it's 22 with 2 goalies.
Okay, so then there is one more spot.
So 7, 13.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's tough. It's probably going to be Kapanen if I was a betting man, but I would I would be disappointed if like Beck doesn't make it because I like Beck a lot. I think there's a lot of potential there. He needs to work on his physical game. That's what also Marty said, and he took that to heart. He's trying to hit more. I've seen him on the ice, but yeah, I know missing Florian too would suck too because it's like I think he's NHL ready, and as you just said, he literally gained 15 pounds over the break.
Yeah,
like him and Arbor went in the time chamber, and really worked on their game.
Yeah.
So it would suck for him to miss out.
Yeah, but long season.
Playing
in the AHL for Laval is
on the top line.
It's not that bad. You could make it work, develop it a little bit more, and then injuries happen. Like no one stays healthy the whole season.
Yeah.
Or like not everyone stays healthy the whole season. So
yeah.
Just be the first man up. Like it's part of the game. So
it's part of the game. Yeah.
It's good that you have a lot of options, a lot of guys that could take over that spot though.
So, and I guess, the 13th forward would probably be Kapanen then, if I were guessing. And overall, they look pretty good. I mean, playing almost the full lineup against Toronto, against the C team, I thought we would, like, dominate, but again, that Line Doc and Demidov line was not good, and they probably won't run with
How
it.
is Doc defensively? Because I feel like those other two, Demidov, young in the game, all offense. Line is like notoriously all offense.
It was his first game back since his injury,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I mean, he was good. He wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But he's he still still has to use the preseason to his
It's
advantage.
the right move to split those guys up. It just doesn't seem like
Just put Balduke in.
Yeah.
And maybe experiment with Newhook, but it's going to be probably Balduke, Doc, and Demidov for that line.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And yeah, again, good rookie showcase. I mean, there's rookies, not rookies, I guess Laval players that are really giving it their all. Like Sean Farrell, he got a couple goals. Riley Kidney, I was big on this guy a while back. I think he was one of the last few in the Bergevin era. Got a goal last night. They look good. I mean, like Laval is looking good. They got good leadership there, good young guys, and I think they could take it far again, given everyone stays healthy.
Yeah.
Ryan Bacher's got to stay healthy. I hope he just has a full season at Laval at this point. So, yeah. I mean, Fowler looked amazing. I'm not gonna say like what other people are saying about, like he looks like Carey Price, but he.
Oh wow!
But I mean, those are big shoes to fill.
He's
big
American, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's American Carey Price.
Yeah.
What?
But that Pens game, so solid. Like we won in a shootout. Fowler looked really good. Just really poised and made a desperate right to left save for an OT. Sick. Just a sick gloves save. And I'm excited to see. He got called up last year at the end because his college year ended. So he's probably going to have this full season in Laval.
As he should.
As a starter.
Yeah.
As he should, yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, last two preseasons against Ottawa, and let's see how it goes. I think there's going to be some cuts, and it's going to be up to those 4 that I mentioned to make the team.
Nice.
Except for Ryan Bacher.
Opening night is October 7th. Rangers play the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Nice.
So Sullivan is seeing his old team. That should be a.
That's
I'm
good.
sure it'll be
they did it on
emotional.
purpose, or
yeah, I think so. But it'll be emotional. But it also should be.
He was there for how long? 7?
A lot. Yeah, a long time.
Like 8 years. Like a long time.
Yeah. I don't know the exact, but yeah, cool.
And Montreal opening night in Toronto, as always.
Oh yes.
October 8th.
Wow.
Yeah.
As
gonna be a
always,
good one.
love that. Cool. Well, stick with us. We'll be back next week. Obviously, you're finding us on YouTube. Please leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends. We talk hockey. We're focused on the Rangers and the Habs. And, yeah, let's have a great season.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.